Thank you very much, David. Thank you so much. You know, boy, thank you. You know, David, people are always talking to me. People come up to me, they talk to me on the street, they say, what kind of a show is it that you do? We can't stay up for it. And I always say the same thing about the show. I say, it's a show about people. It's a show about people who care. And, you know, I think we got to just run with it. Go
I think that's accurate. Yeah. It is a show about people who care. Speaking of people, now, we started last night our Phil Donahue countdown calendar. Phil Donahue presently does his show in Chicago. Beginning November, he's coming to New York City to do his show out of this building right here. So we have this countdown calendar. And we know a lot of you at home have it, so let's just count off another day. All right, we're getting very close now. It'll be nice to have Phil as a neighbor in the building.
Looking forward to it.
Also, tonight is Thursday, and we answer our viewer mail. I saw a terrible movie today, Paul. One of the 5 worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
And what, sir, would be the title of that movie?
I can't tell you the title. No, I can't tell you the title. See, but the movie company says one of the stars of the film is going to be on the show. Would you like to come over and see it? And I said, sure, I'd like to come over and see it. So I get up around dawn. I thumb in. I go to the movie, and it's horrible. Just horrible. 2 hours of... But I can't tell you the name.
So will we be seeing the star of this movie?
Yeah, the star will be on the show.
Be on the show.
Not tonight, but one day in the future.
Star of some rotten movie.
Oh, boy. It's going
to be on our show.
It was actually made in, we think, '83, and they sort of holding it until they felt folks weren't paying attention and then sneak it in there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, in the time-honored tradition of viewer mail, it's time for viewer mail. These are actual letters from actual viewers. Let's get right to it, shall we? My, that's refreshing. All right. Letter number 1 begins, Dear Dave, you must really be hard up for reruns. I think this came to us from that guy up in the audience. I thought that the repeat program, which you aired on Thursday night, was unusually bad. In fact, it was the pits. How are the reruns picked anyhow? Very truly yours, Melvin B. Bowman, Muscatine, Iowa. Well, frankly, Melvin, I don't know how the reruns are picked, but obviously the viewer mail letters are picked the same way. That's not fair. That's the man takes the trouble to write in, and then we make fun of him. That's not the way to do a show. Dear Dave, letter number 2 begins. Oh, this is a good question. From time to time, we really get nice questions on the show. Dear Dave, what really goes on inside a vending machine? Sincerely, Matt Okada, Pasadena, California. As I said, Matt, this is an excellent question, and I think we can answer it for you. We have Carl standing by with the handheld camera, and we do have a vending machine right backstage. Carl, go on back there, find the vending machine, and see if we can take a look at what really goes on inside. Okay, there it is. Now, just stick it right up in there, Carl, if you can, and... Oh, my God. Oh, jeez. Oh. Okay. All right, that's enough. Thanks, Carl. That's that sophisticated big city comedy Phil Donahue can look forward to when he gets here. Do you know what that was, Paul? Do you have any idea what that was? It's the inside of a cow's stomach. Well, I thought that would help you. I thought you'd feel better knowing what it was. Letter number 3 begins, Dear Dave, we own part of a lake that is just out past the backyard. There are these kids that have a motorboat on the lake. They turn up the water, and that ruins it when I try to fish because of the waves. When we try to talk to them, they tell us to shut up, and they zoom around the lake. Dave, please help me. This is driving me crazy. Sincerely, Ken Daly, Spencerville, Indiana. Well, Ken, since this question is of a technical nature, I'm going to have to turn you over to our own Jimmy Fitzgerald in Technician's Corner. Jimmy?
Ken, as a fellow fisherman, I have several suggestions. If you have some extra fishing line, why not invite those rascals over to join you in dropping bait? They might get to like it. Or take that line and string some warning buoys around your fishing area. If those ideas don't work, why not tie your fishing line between 2 trees and stretch it across the pond at throat level. A 200-pound test monofilament is nearly invisible and strong enough to reel in those speeding scalawags. So remember, when the wire connects, they'll have hats on their necks.
Thank you. This is what we might do a little later, just to kind of put you in the mood. Think of 3,400 of those babies going off at once. All right. Letter number 4. Dear Dave, wow, Phoebe Cates, is she beautiful or what? But Dave, boy, did you screw up. You didn't find out any of the important stuff. For instance, does she have a boyfriend or would she like to have her way with me? Dave, from now on, please find out this important information. Sincerely, Michael Austin of Lufkin, Texas. Now, this really upsets me. I go out of my way to do this man a favor. He's not even paying attention. I don't know. Did he doze off during the show? Was he out of the room? Well, I'm going to show it one more time, Michael. And this time, for heaven's sakes, please pay attention. Okay, Phoebe, now I want to find out some important stuff. 1, do you have a boyfriend? And 2, would you enjoy going out with guys like Michael Austin of Lufkin, Texas?
So long as they don't touch me.
All right. Okay. Moving on to letter number 5. It says, Dear Dave, Bigfoot stole my wife. Sincerely, Scott K. Wolford, Fort Worth, Texas. Bigfoot stole my wife. Paul?
Bigfoot stole my wife. Sasquatch wrecked my life. The cat with giant shoes has left me with the blues. 'Cause Bigfoot stole my wife.
Very nice.
Request for one of the old
Thank you very much. I thought you did a very nice job with that. Okay,
so
that's viewer mail for another Thursday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me again remind you who's on the big program tonight. Robert Klein, Bob Costas. We'll take a look at My Neighborhood, and maybe we'll jump into the tank with the suit of Alka-Seltzer. So come on back, folks, won't you?